What do we stand for? We all hold beliefs and ideas, and we all have an ideology of how things should work. At first it seems so simple. Bad guys should be punished, good guys should be rewarded. And when law is made, that's what the government generally strives for. Michelle understands that. She's not anti-government, and she's never been. But despite what she's been able to present herself as, she's not exactly a law-abiding citizen either. Different circles of communities have different definitions for what's good and what's bad. Within those communities, each individual holds a different belief, and those who oppose beliefs of the majority are shunned and often kicked out, sometimes with violence. It's how it's always been. Since the dawn of time, tribes formed under different ideologies and religions, and back then, things were much more barbaric than they are today. Luckily, we live in a more peaceful time. We have established a society, at least in some places, and those who live in those societies have gotten so used to them, they take them for granted. So why does Michelle carry a gun? Why does she hold the belief that people should be allowed to carry such devices that have been designed to be effective at destroying life, especially nowadays in a time most peaceful in human history? Is it an egoistical belief based on her isolated hobbies? Is she being paid by pro-gun activists, or worse, a terrorist organization trying to set off chaos? Is she perhaps a sociopath herself? When you have certain beliefs, people can look up at you and decide whether they agree with you or not, and from that, they decide whether they hang out with you, do business with you, join your cause, or instead, if they shun you down, demonize you to their friends, or even violently attack you. Standing up and fighting for what you believe in, when that thing you believe in is controversial, is one of the dumbest things you could do when you care about your safety. Controversial topics are topics many people disagree on by definition, and the opposition party of the group that opposes you, there are extremists. People that will take their belief on how the world should work to such extreme, they will do anything in their power to stop you. This is the story of independence. Michelle was 19 when she left her parents' nest as a hooligan. She couldn't care less about the rules, merely because she didn't agree with them. I'm going to avoid using the terms good person and bad person in this video, since those terms are relative to the person's personal beliefs on what's good and what's bad. But in the eyes of the many, Michelle was a bad person. It started when Michelle realized that Red County was the only place in the US where it was illegal to film in public without permission from the people you're filming. This means that if there's a criminal committing a crime, to legally film them, you need to obtain their permission first. That goes for government officials performing government duties, although to be fair, they did carry body camera, which strangely filmed without requiring any permission. That's how Michelle initially became a journalist. She wanted to have her right to record everyone and everything around her for her artistic expression and evidence in case it would be of any use. Then, it was brought forward to her that she was not considered a journalist because she wasn't a part of Red County Radio or San Andreas News. Well, why can't there be other news organizations, she thought? Isn't news all about an unbiased third-party opinion? Or is it really just a segue for the government to feed us propaganda? Michelle didn't like the laws, so she wanted to voice her opinion about it. She decided to protest. But how? She'd need to have a permit from the government to assemble a protest, at least those were the local laws. Michelle was born and raised in the United States of America, and she believes in the Constitution. She knows that the government cannot make laws to withhold the right of the people to voice their concerns. That would be tyranny. So what she did is simply come to the local Montgomery Police Department and stand. She didn't advertise anything at first. She simply stood. Soon, people would inquire, "Why are you standing?" "For my rights," she responded. Then people joined her. Then authorities caught a glimpse of it. That's when things began to escalate. That's when the war began, and Michelle, from then on, had to internally debate with herself on whether or not it was worth to pay the ever-inflating cost of independence.